When people tell you that something can't be done, how does that motivate you? Who inspired you more? Mom, dad, both, other? And then congrats on number one, Chrissy. Much admiration to you, Becca. Hope you heal soon. Love to all.
Um, Honestly, when people talk shit, it like I'm one of those people that's definitely motivated by shit talking. Like people telling me you suck, you'll never be anything, you'll never, you're a liar, you're not really a shooter, you're just making this shit up or whatever. It just makes me want to keep going. It just kind of makes me like motivated to keep going. You know what I mean? Haters definitely drive me. I'm one of those types.
Yeah.
My parents both inspired me for sure. I mean, my dad always taught me self-defense from an early age. So, um, yeah, probably my dad when it comes to self-defense and stuff.
Wow. I mean, okay, well, let's see. When something can't be done, I don't, yeah, I don't know that people are telling me things can't be done. I just feel like what I'm trying to do is like, there's not a lot of like authority on. It's just, I feel like I'm just walking through a jungle kind of. I'm just like, all right, what's coming next? Like, I think I'm very fueled by like purpose and like a value for free speech and certainly comedy and like fighting for the right to like to do comedy basically and like it's because it's there's so many forces that want to ruin it, so that keeps me going. Yeah, my parents did not really inspire me. Like, yeah, they were funny. We grew up in a very sarcastic household. We were like constantly cutting each other down. Not the healthiest, but good for forming a sense of humor. And neither parent pushed me towards any kind of performance, or it was the opposite. It was like, no, you need to have a 9 to 5, you need to have insurance, you have to be stable, don't take risks, literally do like the bare minimum, like obey your boss, be a good employee, like never speak out. Like that was the message I got from them, because and it's not their fault. They just didn't know anybody who made it any other way. Like a
Well,
lot of
that's very
yeah.
similar to my upbringing too. My parents are really funny, and we have all have the same sense of humor, kind of. But yeah, my dad, even to this day, it'd be like, "Oh, you have to have surgery. They're gonna fire you." I'm like, "Dad, this isn't the factory. Like we have benefits and like short term disability. Like they can't fire me for this." Like, okay, but like when I was
Mhm.
your age, I went sick with the flu to 12-hour shift. I'm like, okay, Dad. You
Like,
know,
yeah,
old
we
school
all
boomers.
worked when we were sick, like, prior to the old pandemic. Like, I would
Yeah,
always go into work sick. Are you kidding me? I'd be like, "No,
right,
I don't wanna hear it from my boss," so,
right. Yeah,
that's
nowadays though, they're
rude.
like, I've got great PTO, and I guess it's good that they got me to have a 9 to 5 job though, like, I mean, I do have a 9 to 5 job, but I have health insurance, which is cool, and a
That
and
is
a
good.
401k,
I
like,
do miss
okay.
I do miss those things, and I think having 9 to 5 jobs for many years, taught me, like, discipline. Like, how bad do you want this side hustle? How bad do you wanna pursue this other career? It's like, well,
Right,
you gotta work hard enough so you're making as much as what you made at your day job, so you have to make as much
right,
on this other thing, and if you don't, you know that you'll be poverty stricken,
right.
so
Plus enough to have health insurance and everything else, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's good to do both. I know that came from, like, a parental place of, like, your parents just want you to be stable, and parents don't really necessarily it's not their job to, like, fuel you creatively and, like, make you pursue your passions. I think that's something more for, like, your partner would help you out with, or your friends
Yeah.
or people in your, like, social sphere.
Well, my parents are still struggling with it. Like my dad,
Mhm.
I don't think he doesn't he's too much of a boomer. Like, but my mom, she's a little more with it. So when I first told her I was streaming on Twitch, she was like, "What is that? I don't know what that is." And she stopped by my stream a couple times. She's like, "Oh, Becca," because I was like talking about whatever, and she's like, "Your shirt's too low cut," and like whatever. But then
Like,
like the
"Mom,
other
if you're
day,
anti-cleavage, you gotta go."
oh, the other day she really freaked me out because I've kinda told her I'm on OnlyFans, but I don't do nudes, I don't do sex stuff, okay, guys? So, like, I see it scrolling down at the bottom there. Don't get too excited, right? But, so, like, I set a line in the sand, right? Before I started to do fan sites. I also have Fan House, which I'm trying to move towards because it's not NSFW there, and, no, you can leave it, it's fine. But the problem with the fan house is that not many people want to go there over OnlyFans, right? Don't too excited. She isn't nude. You know what? I don't do sex stuff because I wanted to draw a line in the sand. I have a daughter. I don't want her seeing her mom doing like borderline porn, right? But my mom, so she was mad at me the other day. I was like, why are you mad? Just tell me why you're mad. I can tell you're
Mm.
mad at me. She's like, I Googled BX Bullet TV. And I'm like, okay, you know? And she's like, and there were some pictures. And I'm like, okay, mom, like, is it really that much worse than like a bathing suit? Because that's all that's there, right? And she's like, well, there was some sites, nudemodels.com. And I was like, did you click on that site, mom? And she's like, yes. And it asked me to download a link and then it didn't work. I'm like, you just got a fucking computer virus because I don't do nude.
Ah.
I was like, but she wouldn't believe me. Because she saw that like my name, like, you know, if you look up your name, it probably, you have these XXX sites that say like that you're on there, but it's just phishing scams.
Oh, let's see.
So like I had to go look and then I tweeted it out. I was like, bro, I see these websites. Don't click on that.
Like
Because
celebpie.com,
yeah.
obviously Reddit.
Oh yeah.
People
I mean, there's some pictures that are sexy, but like,
I'm
you
on a
know,
wiki feet page. We all knew that though.
do I have a wiki feed page?
I would be upset if you
Oh, you
didn't.
have one.
Oh yeah, let's see if you have one.
Okay. I thought
BX.
you were saying I did. I don't think I do.
You should if you post any pictures of your feet.
I'm not that famous yet, I guess.
I don't think you have to be. Well,
I don't really have pictures of my feet.
okay. Maybe
But
you'll get it
yeah, you know,
eventually.
so like I've had a struggle with my mom. She thinks that, you know, I'm being too spicy.
Yeah. Oh, there is a deep fake of me. I was on a podcast and they showed it. It was a picture of me when I was in a bathing suit, and they deep faked it to make me look like I was naked, and, like,
Oh my
obviously
god.
yeah, it's
That's like my number one fear.
woo! And it's like and I'm looking at it, I'm like, "That doesn't look like me because it's like, I know what my own naked body looks like, but you can see, like, there's one strap that they left behind from my bathing suit, and it's like
Uh-huh.
it is creepy because it's like, it was a V-neck bathing suit, so all they had to do was, like, fill in like, pube
Boobies.
area
Oh
and the
my
nips, and
god.
I was just like, "My nips don't look like that. Nice try, guy." I'm like, "I'm flattered, I guess," but I know I felt bad because, like, my boyfriend was the first person to see it, and he's like, "Honestly, for a second, like, I freaked the fuck out," and I was like, "No." That's what I feel. I don't feel
Right.
bad that, like, people are making fakes. It's like, oh, I feel bad that, like, he actually thought that that was real for a minute.
Yeah, and that's a big problem. Like, so I've had girls come to me who've been the victims of this kind of thing. Like I even had one girl who she got a stalker, a woman stalker. And this woman had found a porn star that looked kind of like her because they both have bright blue hair.
That's what someone did with me!
Yeah, and she started sending the links to all of her family and friends, and they started making fake Pornhub accounts with this other girl and saying it was her. So they had this whole fake identity of her that made her look like she was a porn star. If anyone searched her,
Oh,
like, it's
wow.
pretty intense how people can, like, fucking manipulate. That's scary. That is scary, you know, because you know, this poor girl, she had to explain to her family and friends and everybody, like, "This isn't real," and, like, do they believe you? Who knows, right?
Whoa. Yeah, that's why I'm kinda glad that I don't really, like, dabble in any of that.